For our practice today, it may be really good to have a block on hand. You might not need it, but you might also find it helpful to have that block nearby. And we'll begin actually in child's pose. So come on down into your child's pose. At first, have your arms extended and relaxed onto the floor. So this will be our starting point here. Let's come into Ujjayi breath. Establishing a steady rhythm as you feel your body grounding and connecting to earth. Remembering why you're here on your mat today. Feeling the movement of the ribs as you take each deep, full, slow Ujjayi breath. Breathing to expand and widen across the rib cage. And also noticing the pauses in the breaths, between the breaths. Keeping all this going with the breath, just activate the arms, lift the elbows, walk the fingertips to the top of the mat. And feel that stretch now growing long as well. So we're still breathing to broaden through the ribs, but also lengthening the spine. Release the hands down to the mat, elbows down to the mat, palms come. So you'll bend the elbows and just bring the palms to touch the back of the head, fingertips perhaps on the shoulders. If you want to bring the palms together, you can take that variation. And just take a moment here to really set an intention for your practice. One more breath. Release the hands and walk the hands off to the right side. So hands come off to the right, left hand stacks on top. Head drops down, press back through your left hip, just a couple breaths into left side body. What are you feeling and experiencing? How can you meet your body as it is? Back through center to the other side again. So not too much time here. Just enough time though to get a few really purposeful, fully present breaths into side body. Hands come back through center now, and you'll slowly walk up. You'll come to Virasana Hero Pose, sitting onto the knees. If you need that block between the feet to sit on the block, that's fine. Hands come onto the knees, gazes forward to the wall or to the floor in front of you. We'll make 3 ohms here. Please exhale the breath. And take a deep inhale. Oh. Now bring the hands, palms together at the heart. Take another inhale. Oh. Opening up into Padma Mudra. So index fingers, thumb, just the pinkies and the thumbs together. Hands open up at the heart. Breathing in, last Om. Oh. Come forward to tabletop. From our tabletop here, right arm goes up. Take a breath in, twist and open the spine. Exhale, dive the arm through, but we're not coming all the way to the floor. So just dive the arm through. Imagine someone's pulling on your hand to twist the spine, opposite direction. Inhale, arm up to the sky again. Exhale, dive through. Once more, inhale, arm up. And this time we will come all the way to the earth, dropping right shoulder to the floor, right ear to the floor. Left arm comes up to the ceiling, palm faces forward. Just start to let that hand drop back. Relax the weight in the head. If you want to take your hand around for the bind, see if you can grab the inside of the thigh. Breathe long into your spine, even as we're twisting and opening. Shift your hips back towards neutral if you can. If your weight's really off to this side, move the hips towards neutral. Notice what that does. Good. As you exhale, unwind the hand, press back through tabletop and find angry cat. So weight shifts forward into the hands, lift the back of the heart, head drops, fill the space at the back of the heart between the shoulder blades, stretching the fascia there. Maybe head moves side to side. Good. Neutral spine. Left arm goes up. Inhale. Exhale, dive through, but not to the floor. So someone's pulling on your fingers there. And inhale, left arm up. Exhale, dive through. We'll take one more. Inhale, arm up. Exhale, dive all the way through. Left ear to the floor. Right arm comes up, palm faces forward. Start to let that hand drop back, stretching through the shoulder. And if you want, you can now take that hand around the back, grab the inner thigh. Make sure the neck is soft here. And just play around with the hips. So the hips might be shifting off to the right side. See what it's like to bring them back towards neutral, all the while breathing all through the spine. One more full breath. Good. Unwind back through center, angry cat just for a moment. One inhale, arch the spine. Good. And find neutral. Now, right leg comes up behind you. Ground down through your right hand, left arm reaches forward. Gaze down to the mat. Feel that strength along the core. We'll inhale here. And as you exhale, elbow and knee come together. Press down into the hand and knee on the floor. Arch the spine, belly button to spine. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, curl in. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, curl, hold. See if you can really bring that thigh towards the chest, squeeze the heel towards the buttock. Let the head drop. Last breath. Good, and set that down. Left leg lifts. Keep the pelvis nice and square. Right arm reaches forward. Gaze is steady, breath is stable. Shoulders move away from the ears. On your exhale, elbow and knee come together. Squeeze and hug everything in. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, curl in. Inhale, lengthen. Very good. Curl in. Hold this time. Squeeze the heel to the buttock. And release down. Sway the hips side to side. Tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Hips lift up and back and walk it out. Breathing into the calves, into the hamstrings, into the hips. Let this feel good. You can even bring some movement into the shoulders and the head. Make it your own. We'll walk the feet forward and the hands back. Feet go wide for squat. Yeah, we're coming into squat already. Let those hips go down. Palms touch. Take a couple breaths. Greeting these hips with a nice, strong squeeze right off the bat. 2 more breaths. Release the hands down, straighten the legs, toes point forward. Ragdoll, hands to opposite, elbows here, and gently sway the torso. So now deeper into the hamstrings. Let it feel good. Knees can bend, both together or one at a time. Let the head be soft. And sway this torso gently, sweetly, lovingly, kindly. As you come back to center, release the hands down. Exhale, belly and thighs together. We'll inhale to roll up. Big breath as we come to our feet for the first time. Keep the feet nice and wide. Interlace the hands together. Squeeze the palms, straighten the arms, squeeze the shoulder blades. Start to lift the hands first. Breathe into the front of the chest. You can soften the knees, let the tailbone drop down and get a little heavier. Last breath here across the front of the chest. Exhale, chin gets heavy. Slowly, the weight of the head pulls you forward and down again. Hands stay interlaced. And now the hands fall overhead. Play around with straightening the legs any amount. But it's not so much for the hamstrings as it is for the shoulders. So give your effort and attention to making the hands heavy. You might sway the hands to one side and then to the other. Last breath. Nice. Hands come down. Squat again. Toes turn out if they need to. Hips come down. Hands touch. This time, rather than having the hands here, palms together, see if you can bring the backs of the hands together. Or that feels okay. That actually doesn't feel very great on my wrists. So bring your palms together again, and then just let the hands rotate forward and out and down, and then focus on lifting the wrists back up. That feels much better. All right, from here, let your hands come down. Place your hands purposefully, conscientiously onto the floor. Turn the middle finger out away from each other just a little bit. These are like our monster paws. All right, we're gonna lift the hips, point the toes forward, lift up onto the heels, knees bend, knees come onto the upper arm just below the armpit. Start to play with shifting the weight forward. Chin is lifted, gaze is forward. Maybe we stay right here, both feet on the ground. Maybe one foot starts to lift, or the other foot. Maybe we can get both feet up and squeeze the heels to the buttocks. Breathe. And release. Back down to squat. All right. Inhale, halfway lift. Heel toe the feet together. Exhale, fold, standing forward fold. Let your head release. Hands wrap around behind the calves. Give yourself a little squeeze. Try to shift the weight forward into the ball of the foot. Send your sitting bones up to the sky. Nice. So we have the feet together. We're on our way to chair. So not everyone likes to have their feet together for chair. If you like to have your feet wide for chair, you can certainly do that. Whether the feet are wide or the feet are together, bend the knees deeply. We have the chest onto the thighs. Now, try to shift your weight into your heels here. Shift your shin bones back and try to pull the ribs up off of the thighs now, right? So we'll feel that core start to activate. And the arms are going to come straight out to the sides this time, right? Now start to lift the chest a little more. Shift the weight into the heels. Knit those front ribs in. Let the tailbone drop. Keep breathing. Arms out to the sides. One more breath. Nice. Exhale, slowly, slowly resisting gravity back down to earth. Touch the mat, heel toe feet wide, squat down. Palms touch. You can take any variation with the hands. If you like, backs of the hands together, fingers pointing down, or rotate the prayer hands forward, whatever feels best. Steady your breath into your hips. See if you can press the elbows out into the knees squeeze to resist, spine lengthens. Exhale, hands to the mat. And inhale, straighten the legs, point the toes forward, halfway lift. Exhale, fold nice and deep into hamstrings. Inhale all the way up, sweep the arms out and up. Look to the thumbs overhead. Exhale, hands back to the heart at the top of your mat. Samasthiti, grounding through the feet. Release the hands down by the sides. Separate the feet, hips, distance, breath of joy. Inhale, the arms come up. There's a little bit of a pause here at the top of the inhale. And then exhale, bend the knees with an audible sigh. Let everything go. Two more. Come up and exhale back to that Samasthiti. Notice the invigoration. Steady your breath, Ujjayi Pranayam. With feet together, inhale, send the arms up. Grab onto the right wrist overhead. Press down through the right foot and lean to the left. Inhaling back up through center and switch your grip. Hold on to left hand. Go straight up with your inhale. Press down through left foot and exhale, lean to the right. Inhale back up through center. Good. Exhale, the hands release down to the side. Weight shifts into right toes. Left ankle crosses, hands to hips. Begin to bend the knee, sit the butt back. Palms to the heart. Standing pigeon. Breathe into the hip. Steady gaze. Nice. Now keep your ankle crossed as you press into your standing leg. Stand up. Send the arms out with an inhale. As you exhale, the left arm comes forward first, right arm stacks on our way to eagle. Wrap those arms around. Either keep the legs as they are, or if you wish, you can bring the thighs together, tuck the toes behind, and sit down into Garudasana, eagle pose. With your exhale, slowly unwind everything with control and grace and beauty. Palms touch, take a breath. Exhale, hands to hips, shift the weight into left standing leg, right ankle crosses. Begin to squat it back, palms to the heart, gaze focused, breathe into right hip. Nice, ankle stays crossed, press to straighten standing leg. Inhale, sweep the arms. Good, right arm comes forward this time, so left arm stacks on top. Elbows and palms wind together, maybe the thigh and calf wind together. Sitting down, keeping the shoulders over the hips in Garudasana. Very good. Unwind nice and slow with grace and purpose. Palms touch. Tadasana. Let the fingertips rise to the forehead. Align with your intention. Once again. Aligning with intention here. Release the hands down at the sides. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Half sun salutation. Exhale, fold forward and down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Nice and deep. Pulse into the hamstrings all the way up. Sweep the arms out and up. And we'll dive right back down. Swan dive it with your exhale. Halfway lift. Send your heart to horizon. Exhale, pulse deep into hamstrings. Let the head drop and be heavy. Inhale all the way up. Strong legs, strong spine, gaze to thumbs. Exhale, last time, fold forward and down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms, downward facing dog. Step your feet back. Feet are separated, hips distance. Press the heels down to the floor. Draw your front ribs in. Press down through the hands. Feel that opening through the armpit and the shoulders. But notice if you're letting your front ribs sag down towards the floor. Draw your front ribs in towards the spine. Let your head relax. And then really go for length as you press into the hands, press into the feet. Lift those kneecaps. Rotate the shoulder blades away from the spine. From here, right leg will lift. Inhale, send right leg up, extended dog. Exhale, step it forward gracefully, slowly with strength and momentum between the feet. Drop your left knee down, hands to hips. Inhale. Exhale, release. Inhale, back out. Exhale, release. Last time. Inhale, send your left arm up. And on your exhale, come into the twist. So we're pulsing down, elbow to the outside of the knee, palms touch. Try to hug your right hip in towards the midline of the mat. So your right hip is moving to the back of the mat. Left hip is coming towards the top of the mat. Press into the arm or elbow to lift the chest up away from the thigh. Revolve the torso open. One last breath. Nice. Hands come down. Step back, extended down dog. So lift that right leg up again. Exhale it to the floor. Inhale, forward high plank. Exhale through your vinyasa, knees, chest, and chin, or chaturanga to locust or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale with smoothness, with slowness, left foot forward. Knee to earth, hands to hips. Inhale once to back out. Exhale, pulse forward and down. Inhale twice to back out. Exhale, release gravity fully forward and down. Inhale 3 times, arm comes up this time. Exhale, pulse in with the twist, elbow to the outside of the knee. And tighten everything up here. By that, I mean refine the posture. So we're not physically tightening any muscles, but we are reminding the left hip in to the midline and back towards the back of the mat. We're reminding the right hip forward to the top of the mat. Exhale, palms to the earth. Step back, extended down dog. Left leg goes up. One inhale, send it up. Exhale it to the floor. Next inhale, forward into high plank. Exhale, lower down through your vinyasa. Smooth the breath, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg to the sky again. Exhale, step it forward, warrior one. So left heel drops in and down. Inhaling, the arms come forward, knee stays nice and bent. Again, reminding right hip back, left hip forward, outer edge of that back foot firmly rooted. Feel that opening in the left groin. Feel the strength of your legs. Last breath in. Now the back heel is going to lift into crescent. So here we are, back heel lifts, maybe heel toe your right foot towards the edge of your mat, right hand to the hip. Inhale, lengthen up through left side body. Exhale into the twist. Prayer twist. Same action happening with the hips here, but now also bring that back foot into play. So we're squeezing the hips together, scissoring them together, and lengthening through that back big toe. The transition will be a little different. Let's take a breath in. Exhale, unwind to wide-legged forward fold. So you'll unwind forward here. Inhale to come up halfway, adjust the feet, outer edges of the feet parallel. Peace fingers reach to grab the big toes. Bend the knees if you need to. We'll inhale, straight arms, straight spine, and exhale, pull yourself in. Shift the weight forward into the ball of the foot. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, hands to hips, belly to spine. And inhale with a flat back, come up. Good, toes turn out, heels in, bend down into goddess, nice and low. A little bit to one side, a little bit to the other side. If you want to come on your forearms, you can sink down. One more breath. Good. Press out of this a little bit. Walk your hands to the top of your mat again around that right foot. Step back, downward facing dog. Take a breath in. Stay here in down dog or come forward into plank, moving through another vinyasa. Second side. Left leg comes up. Inhale. Exhale, step it forward. Warrior one. Take your time. No hurry. Come on up. Moving slow and deeply. Really feel Virabhadrasana 1 as a posture. Outer edge of that back foot rooting down, revolving the hips. Front ribs knitting in, shoulders soft right at the base of the neck. Relaxed jaw, soft face. Back heel lifts. Adjust the front foot for crescent if you need to. Left hand to the hip. Inhale up through the right side. Exhale into the prayer twist. Last breath in. Good. We'll exhale to unwind again into that wide-legged forward fold. So opening up wide on your mat, adjust the feet. Outer edges parallel. Inhale, halfway lift. As you exhale, fold, bring your hands up behind the back, interlace those fingers. Let the head sink down towards the floor as the hands come overhead for a shoulder opener. Tuck the chin in a bit towards the throat. Use your core to find the forward fold. Weight forward in the foot. Strong, steady breath, threading all of these postures together. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release the hands down to the floor. Walk your hands to the left foot. step back, downward facing dog. Stay here or come forward, move through your vinyasa. From down dog, right leg goes up again. Inhale, exhale, step it forward. Warrior one, inhale, come up. This time though, open up into warrior two. So we'll exhale and find that nice, deep, wonderful, supportive, strong, steady warrior two. Turn the palms up here. We'll thread this back hand. So this left hand is going to come around behind. You can either just bring the back of the hand to the lower back. That feels good for the shoulder. See if you can start to wrap the hand around, maybe clasping for the thigh. And we'll come into reverse from here. So reversing with this bind in the shoulder. Good. Release back to warrior two. Keep your bind. We're going to keep the bind for a few postures. Straighten your front leg, heel toe your back foot in. Shift the pelvis for triangle. So now reach, reach, reach. Keep your bind. Hand goes down. Press down into that bottom hand. Revolve the torso open. Tailbone is moving under the body towards your back toes. So notice if that tailbone's sticking out towards the heel. Very subtle refinement under the body towards the toes. Any comfortable position for the head. All right, guess what? We're going to keep the bind. You can stay right here. We're on our way to standing half moon, Ardha Chandrasana, that standing balance. You're welcome to stay right here, anchored to the earth, or keeping the bind, right knee bends, gaze goes down. Reach your right hand onto the mat. Lift your left leg up and see how high you can lift that leg. Try to lift that left heel as high as you can. Feel your glute turn on. Squeeze the heel back behind the body a bit. Lots of breath. Good. Very carefully, slowly, gracefully. Right knee bends, left foot lands. Come back up out of the triangle. Release the bind. Exhale, warrior two. And hands to the mat. Step your right foot back. Downward facing dog or vinyasa. Smooth the breath here. Left leg comes up. Exhale, bring it forward. Warrior one. Open up. Warrior two. Okay, adjust the feet. Steady yourself here. Feel the grounding, the presence, the strength of this beautiful, beautiful posture. Palms turn up. This right hand now, remember you can just bring the back of the hands to the lower back. That's wonderful. You'll get lots of release for the shoulder. If you have the openness, reach around, grab the thigh. We'll come into reverse, breathing into the side ribs. Good. All right, come out of this a little bit. On our way to triangle pose, straighten your front leg, heel toe your back foot in, shorter stance, pelvis shifts, reach through that left arm, hand comes down, press down into that hand to help you open and revolve the torso open. Notice the tailbone, draw it under the body. Try to get so much length out of both sides of the spine here and resist any tendency to slouch into the bottom left shoulder. Nice. Okay, stay here. Or standing half moon with the bind. Left knee bends, left fingertips reach out there, right leg comes up. And remember, we want the heel to be in line with the hip. So many times this means the heel has to move back a little bit further than we expect and really lift the heel. Go for height with the leg today in our half moon pose. All right, exhale slowly, the leg bends, your right foot will land to the earth, coming back through triangle nice and slow, coming up, release the arms, shake them out. Ooh, that bind particularly can do some wonderful therapy for the shoulder and the arm. Wide-legged forward fold again. So toes are forward, hands to hips. Inhale, open up. Breathe deep, front body opens. Exhale, hinging from hips like you're folding over a bar. Bring your hands down onto the floor. Gaze back behind you. Breathe into the hamstrings. We'll inhale halfway up. Nice. Now Skandasana, side lunge, bend the knees. Let's start off on the right side. So bending down deep as you can, even if that heel lifts. Like my heel does not stay on the floor here. That's totally fine. We'll flex the left foot, right? Walk up. Keep your hands on the ground if you need to. Bring the hands to the heart if you can. Steady your breath. So stay right here, or we're going to try a really beautiful, we're going to make like an Instagram worthy posture here. So index finger and thumb touch, right? Chin mudra. Left arm comes out, right arm comes up and kind of curls around the head a little bit. And try to find some grace here. Shoulder blades down the back, curling. Feeling that regal, beautiful quality. One more breath. Nice, hands release to earth, touch earth, ground. As you shift, we're gonna go to the left side, boom, and back to the right. And back to the left where we'll stay. So coming on over. Establish yourself, right foot's firmly flexed here. Keeping your hands on the ground is so welcome. Palms to the heart, if that feels good. Find your chin mudra if you're going on to the next phase. Right palm comes out and faces the sky. Left arm comes up and sort of hooks around in a beautiful way. See if you can turn to look towards your right side. Last breath. Nice. Oh, very good. Hands come down, back to center. Inhale, halfway lift, toes point forward, and heel toe the feet just a little bit closer together, wide legged, really, really wide leg down dog. Let your hands come far forward, let your head drop back. Now here we're shifting the weight into the heels. So imagine that you can kind of grip into the floor with your fingertips, and then you're pressing your heels back. Lift the thighs, firm the kneecaps. So we are stretching the hamstrings, but also getting into the torso, getting into the spine and the shoulders. Last breath. Good. Your hands will walk to the top of your mat. Step back down dog or move through vinyasa from plank, slowly down. Inhaling into your back bend, exhaling into downward facing dog. Let's take a few breaths. Gazing forward, walk your feet to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. Sweep the arms, look to thumbs. Exhale, hands around to the heart. Focus your breath. Fingertips to forehead if you wish. Return to your intention. Hands return to heart, eyes open. Good. Another standing balance, tree pose. Shift your weight into the right foot with hands on hips. Left foot comes into your tree. So toes to floor, foot to calf, heel to groin. Good. Steady neutral pelvis, steady strong gaze, hands to the heart. And send the arms up overhead. Today we'll separate the arms wide, bend at the elbows, and lift the chest. So bring a back bend into your tree today. Shoulder blades rooting down the back, strong and firm. Collarbones lifting and spreading. If you can, if you like, look up to the sky. Use your breath. We'll exhale, hands to the heart and to the hips. Release the leg. Place left toes firmly on the floor with purpose. Right foot comes into position for tree on this side. Maybe the same, it may be different. Find your steadiness. Palms touch at heart center. Send the arms up. And again, elbows bend, heart lifts, maybe the gaze lifts. Fingers spread wide. Whole arm and hand and fingers active and awake. Lifting the chest from the strength of your core. Hands return to the heart, to the hips, release the leg, shake it out. At the top of your mat, inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Exhale, fold forward and down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant palms, step back, down dog. Right leg goes up to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, pigeon. Bring your right knee forward to the outside of the wrist. Yeah, slide the hips back and take a nice forward fold. So just get down to the earth as close as you can with support if needed. Close the eyes, relax the jaw, breathe deep. Last full breath. Your inhale brings you up. Shift your weight out onto right hip, double pigeon. Left foot comes forward and you'll stack ankle on top of knee, knee on top of ankle, double pigeon. If this isn't quite accessible for you, see if you can get that foot on the floor and take it here. This will give you lots of stretch and opening into the outer hip and will be just lovely. And then you can sit up nice and tall. If you're in the double pigeon, start to make sure your feet are firmly flexed to protect the knees and just start to come forward any amount that feels good and right for you, relaxing the jaw, taking care. With your next inhale, roll up the spine. From here, release the legs forward. Take the feet wide to windshield wiper them side to side. And we'll prepare for pigeon on the other side from here. So left foot comes forward. We'll swing the right leg back, lift the hips, and get your pelvis into position. And as you're ready, come forward and down with left knee forward. Breathing on this side into your hip. Exhaling fully. The inhale brings you up. Weight to the outside left hip. Right leg swings back around for double pigeon, or remember, you can also bring that foot down onto the mat and sit up tall. Otherwise, shin bones parallel to the top of your mat, ankles and knees stacked. Let yourself come forward any amount. And please roll up with your inhale slowly. Feet go wide. Knees release side to side. Good. Legs extend out in front of you. But before you get them flat onto the floor, wrap your arms under round. So underneath, under round. See if you can grab your wrists or maybe your elbows. What I want is for the thighs and the belly to be firm and connected. So there's a rounding in the spine, right? So this is a little bit more for the back and the spine than it is for the hamstrings. Let your head drop down and you'll start to feel that wonderful pull all along the back body. Then if you have accessibility, as long as you can keep your chest and your thighs firmly connected, you can straighten the legs, move the heels further away from the body, come more into a forward fold shape. And let the spine C curve, let it round. Surrender here. Let the head be as heavy as you can. Exhaling fully. Releasing the hands. Use the palms on inhale to roll back up. Nice and slow. Very good. From here, come down onto your back. Oh, the sun is shining. Bright, bright light makes me invisible. Okay, come on down. Nice and slow. And once you're down, constructive rest. Feet come close to the buttocks. Breathe. Feel your spine lengthening and quieting out onto the floor. As you exhale, press the belly button down to the floor, flatten the lower back. Tailbone lifts. Inhale, tailbone drops, lower back arches, belly fills with air. Pelvic tilts. Exhale. Tailbone lifting. Inhale, belly filling as lower back arches away from the floor. Nice soothing effect. Return to neutral. Send your arms out in a T position, palms face up. Lift your feet up away from the floor and cross the right thigh on top of the left. So eagle, supine eagle, crossing. See if you can tuck the toes underneath, but you don't need to. You can have the foot to the outside. Right knee is on top, legs come down to the left. Reach your left hand out there to ground the knees down as you turn your head to the right and gaze in that direction. And then as much as you can, see if you can just let the bones be absolutely heavy and soft. Let the breath be absolutely generous and unhurried. Each breath a filling up, a drawing in. Each breath a releasing and a letting go. Let's come back to center and unwind. Palms in that T position, just take a couple breaths here, constructive rest. Feet lift again. Now left leg goes on top as you thread those legs around. Knees come down to the right side, gazing to the left, bones totally heavy, totally surrendered to gravity. With your inhale, please unwind back to center. Hug the knees into the chest here. Rock a bit side to side. As you come back to center, release the feet down onto the mat and stretch out for Shavasana, for your final resting pose. And getting settled, draw the shoulder blades down the back a bit so the collarbone is expansive. Let's take a deep inhale together, breathing in, hold the breath at the top. And when you're ready, sighing, exhale out. And again, slow, deep breath in, filling and holding. And releasing everything with that sighing exhale. And letting go. The body coming to stillness. White lotus resides in the heart, content in glorious perfection. Light from 1,000 glowing petals peers through darkness as sun peeks through cloud and disappears. Her potency lies unclaimed, resting in elegance. Her fragrance too subtle to smell. Her form too brilliant to behold. Her petals too delicate for touch. Her nectar too sweet for taste. Her soothing song too quiet to hear. Waiting for kindness and compassion to release her wisdom. Then gentle flower becomes brilliant flame, melting layers of fear. Only a pure heart gives life to the lotus who blooms into radiant majesty. A restless mind cowers as the effulgent lotus reveals divine essence. Merged with the heart into light and love, her majestic form is a glowing guide to peace. The White Lotus of Peace by Jennifer Ratna Stewars. Breath begins to deepen now. Fingertips, toe tips, moving in awakening. Movement expanding into arms and legs, into head, into body. With a deep inhale, arms sweep overhead. Take your time to roll to the side. Pause, and once more, as time before, dip into your intention. And let it go completely. Coming up to find your seat. And palms will touch at heart center here. Let's again find Padma Mudra, that lotus mudra. Pinky fingers and thumbs stay together while the other fingers move away. This radiant, majestic, pure white lotus of the heart. The white lotus of peace. Waiting for kindness and compassion to reveal her wisdom. From here, we'll close with our final chant. Exhale the breath. Inhale together. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Lotus closes, sealing the energy of our shared practice in. May there be peace, peace, peace unto us all. Thank you.